All right, so tonight we are going to cover our week 1 results and our week 1 tips for the Ultimate Reset. This is a group that we have put together. All of us are doing this together, and we have been sharing our highs and lows throughout the day, every single day, and wanted to summarize the experience that we've had so far for week 1. So what I thought we could do is we could go by topic, basically each topic, and then go around and share our best tips, and then we'll be done. So the first topic I think that's very, very important is prep work, how to prepare for the Ultimate Reset. It is 3 weeks, but each week is broken into different phases. So there are different supplements you take, different recipes, different meal plans, and what else? There's something else that's different. Grocery lists. So the prep week is actually different, or the prepping is actually different for each individual week. So ladies, let's talk about prep week for week 1. What tips do you have for week 1? Anybody want to go first?
I'll go first. I will say that you need to prep. I did not prep adequately enough, and that was a big, big lesson to me. I'm usually on time with prepping, and I grocery shopped, and I made my list, but I did not prep any food, and I found that the first day was a struggle because I didn't prep anything, and I was making to eat as I was making my meals, and it was a lot of time in the kitchen. So whatever you do, take a few hours the day before your week starts and make sure you're in the kitchen prepping.
What would you recommend that we prep first? What types of things would you prep if you could do it over again?
I would prep all the salad dressings, the roasted nuts, some of the vegetables, cut up, pre-chop all the vegetables for the salads and get everything ready, so you can just grab your baggies or grab your containers, mix them together, and boom. Yeah. That's what I would do.
How about you, Lisa?
And read.
Oh, go ahead.
I baked my chicken the Sunday before because you need chicken on your salad the second day. So I baked my chicken. I made miso soup ahead of time, so I had that ready. I also made the lentil lime salad ahead of time, cooked my lentils and got those made. I made my beans and rice mixture for the veggie tacos ahead of time as well. So working full time, I knew I had to bring everything for lunch with me to school as a teacher, bring it to school, and then when I got home, I knew I wouldn't have tons of time to prep. So I basically looked at the entire week, and anything I knew I could make ahead of time, I did. On top of what Jenna said with, I had all my lettuce chopped and washed and ready, and all my veggies chopped, so I could throw together my salads really fast, as well as the dressings.
Perfect. What were you going to say, Amy? I'm sorry.
Lisa was really good about looking ahead and seeing what was needed. And she would let us know, like the cashews had to be soaked. So definitely when you're prepping, read your book to see what sort of things are needed, to be done. Like the soaking of, look, she's holding up the book, like the soaking of the cashews.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And the marinating of the salads.
Yes. Yes, it's one of those things where I found that it was a lot like Thanksgiving dinner in that you have a lot of work that needs to happen, but all needs to be done at the same time. So you'll have quinoa that needs to be made. You have your vegetables that need to be chopped at the same time. And then you'll find that it actually needs to marinate for an hour. So I think Lisa was dead on. Prepare it as soon as you can so you can it'll marinate throughout the week. Lisa, did you have any issues with any food going bad because it was sitting pre-prepped? Okay.
No, I only prepped probably on Sunday. I did my prep and I prepped up through Wednesday. So I didn't go any further than that. And then probably on Tuesday or Wednesday, I would do a little bit of prep for the next few days coming up. Another thing, if this sounds overwhelming to people, there is the Reset and a Crunch. You can see that it's in the book where they give you simpler recipes, and there's only a few to choose from. So if the prep is too much for you, you don't have the time, it's nice because there are options that you can do. You can also repeat recipes if you wanted to. We chose not to do that. We chose to follow this, the way it was. But if you were repeating recipes, that could even make it easier. You just would be meal prepping, twice the amount, let's say, instead of one serving.
Yep. Okay. Is that everything for prepping, you think? Oh, I have a good one. I forgot. One of the things that I didn't prepare as much as I should have for is getting off of all caffeine and alcohol. So one of the things they recommend is no coffee, no tea, or any caffeine tea, no alcohol, and no Energize, which for me was a huge deal because I would do Energize every single day. So I strongly recommend for anyone doing this program, start the week before and just wean off of coffee and caffeine and alcohol, because the first few days will be very difficult because you're going to get that headache and you cannot recover from it. It's about 3 days of downtime. And if you're working full time, that can be quite difficult. So I definitely will remember next time to wean off of caffeine and alcohol.
And sugar. Start weaning off of sugar as well. And if you're a big red meat eater, because there's no red meat on this program either. So kind of start weaning off of those. Those are things you eat a lot of.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, next topic. Everybody good with prepping?
Yes.
Sweet. All right, next topic is water. So we have to drink a gallon of water every single day of distilled water. So let's talk about tips for how to get that done and how we actually have to do it.
I think, I don't know where, I guess it was in the book where they said to take your gallon of water and put the, let's see if I can get it right, the 1/4 teaspoon of Mineralize in it. So much better. When I did it the first time, I mixed it up as I drank it. And I feel like I'm drinking so much more this way than I was before. So it's very efficient doing it that way.
Yes, that's page 21. That's on there for future reference. It does say that. I agree. I think it's easier to have it just done. Oh, and another thing that I remembered is you actually have to cook with distilled water. So what I had on my countertop this week was I had a gallon for drinking, and I actually wrote the day, and I had a gallon for cooking, which I actually wrote an X on so that I knew that could count towards my ounces.
And for me as a teacher at school, I would put my little Mineralize in my gallon, and I would bring it to school with me. And then I would use my Shakeology cup during the day and just keep filling it up. I also made ice cubes with the mineralized water as well, because I like my water cold. And I would pack just a little container of my ice cubes and bring them to school to fill up. And I would just keep my little gallon next to my desk all day and keep filling it up. So.
Yep, so did I.
How about you, Jenna?
Just everything that you said. I wrote little phrases on my water jug to kind of encourage me to drink. You know how I am. So I would write, drink up buttercup. It's you're a third of the way there, and write little phrases down my gallon jug. So that was just one way that I drank, but I was kind of accustomed to drinking a gallon of water anyway. And kind of, that was my fun way to do it. So I didn't find the water a problem. I thought the Mineralize in the water, I noticed that slight taste, maybe the first couple glasses, and now it just kind of tastes normal. So I actually even had Ken taste it tonight because I had 2 jugs open and I was making ice cubes with some plain mineral water, and then some, I was drinking out of the other one, and I put salt in one and not the other, and I couldn't tell. I picked up both jugs and I couldn't tell which one had the Mineralize in it, which I thought was just great. So I think the Mineralize is something that I really love, and I think I'll continue with that.
I find it easier to drink. Like water is something that I struggle with drinking, and with the Mineralize, I find it so easy to drink it down.
Yeah.
Lisa, do you want to talk about? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jenna.
No. And I was just going to piggyback on what Amy was saying. It's nice to know that you can still add lemon. If lemon helps you drink your water, you can still add the lemon to the mineralized water, which is kind of nice because some people are like, oh, I don't like plain water. And that's not really a problem if you can add a little lemon or something to it,
Lisa, you did a lot of research on when to drink and, not drinking. Can you talk a little bit about that for us?
Yeah, so you want to stop drinking your water 5 to 10 minutes before your meal, and then you don't want to drink during your meal, and you don't want to start drinking until 30 minutes after your meal. And it has to do with the digestive enzymes that are in your saliva that are meant to help us break down our food. And if we're drinking water as we're doing that, we're not allowing our digestive system to really do its complete job. So by refraining from drinking water while you eat and then before and after you eat, you're really allowing your food to digest properly. I don't know if we'll talk about this at all, but this program also really focuses on mindful eating. So really paying attention to what you're eating, being grateful and thankful for it, and really enjoying the flavors and chewing your food thoroughly. And you won't find that you need as much water while you eat as you might think you do.
Perfect. Jen, I know you joined. Did you want to add anything about water?
I'm on. I just didn't know, was there a specific question or just the water in general?
Just water in general. If we're just going to walk through all the tips by topic. So if you have a tip that you want to throw in.
Yeah, the one thing I thought of today, well, the water in general, I am getting used to drinking the salt water. It's gotten better. I wasn't used to drinking a gallon of water, so that made me more aware. It's definitely gotten easier. I mean, I was almost done with my water before I left work today at 2:30, so I really chugged it. But I did notice, I was bringing the gallon to work and then dumping mineral or the mineralized in my Shakeology cup each time, just like Lisa. But I did notice that, like, today it's almost gone. So it seems like the kit should almost come with 2 of those or 3, if that only, got me through like the first week. I mean, I know they say you can buy your own, and obviously I had that, the pink Himalayan salt to use, but it just seemed like there wasn't enough.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I did, for last time, Jen, I did remember I had to order more.
Yeah. But doesn't it seem like they should just give you enough for the 3 weeks? Like, why only that much?
Maybe we're using too much.
I don't know. But on the way home from the game, Henry's like, "I'm really thirsty. Give me some of your water." I'm like, I had one. I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "Wow, this tastes funny." He gave it back to me. I'm like, "Yeah, it has salt in it."
It is a wide
like,
array of what they say. It's 10 to 30 shakes in an individual glass. So think that 10 to 30 shakes is really, it depends who's shaking, right? Who's shaking the salt?
Yes.
Yeah,
and then one time, like, I squeezed the bottle and a lot came out. So I'm like, ooh, that was like more than a shake.
Yeah. I've been doing like 3 full squeezes is the same as about the quarter of a teaspoon. So it tends to work out.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so one thing that we should talk about probably next is supplements. So timing of supplements and the supplements that we have to take. So the first week we're taking Mineralize, which is the one we've been talking about, which is the Himalayan sea salt. We're also taking the Optimize and Alkalinize, which is also now called Power Greens, and Soothe. So what tips do you guys have about the supplements?
Well, I love the Power Greens. What is it called in the kit though? It's called
Alkanalize, yeah.
Alkanalize. I've been doing what was suggested I mix them in a shaker cup, my old bartending shaker cup with ice and water, and shake it. And then it's one of those shaker cups that has, a lid that you can pop off, and I just pop it off and drink it right out of there. So it's chilled, and it's shaken up really good. And I do use some type of citrus, like we talked about, a lime or lemon or whatever, before and after. But I have found that after a couple of days of doing it, I don't really need the citrus anymore.
I agree.
I'm just used to it. But I think that the colder it is, the better it is. So just chug it.
I agree. The first day was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm like drinking my lawn clippings. But after the second or third day, you kind of expect it. I think.
Yeah. And I think the lemon or lime, like honestly, the lemon or the lime make you pucker. You're like this, when you take a bite of the lemon or the lime, I'm like, ooh, that's a little too much. Then the power seem like nothing compared to that,
Yep.
I think it also think it also says to use 4 to 6 ounces of water, but I use about half that amount. And then I plug my nose. So I'm not a fan of the taste. But when you know something's good for you, you do it, so.
I have something to say too about all the supplements. So I found that the timing is really crucial. Like there's a reason that it says to drink this, to do this 30 minutes before, halfway. So setting an alarm in my phone was very, very helpful. After I did that, I would set after my, whatever it was, the Alkanize, I would set my alarm for an hour and a half, knowing that I need to start making dinner, and I would write a little sticky note or whatever, or write something on the alarm of what I was supposed to do, because there are a lot of timings that are really important. And I think your phone can simply help you with that by setting reminders and stuff.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any other supplements topics? No.
Well, I guess I should mention that the one, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever, day 3, when I forgot to take mine in the evening, and then you can still wait. It just has to do with either 2 hours before or 2 hours after you eat. So I took it 2 hours afterwards, and it didn't have any adverse effects or anything that I noticed. So I was glad to still be able to take the supplements, even though I missed them at the time that I was supposed to take them.
That's
okay. Good. Okay, so maybe we go to recipes and food in general, or did we cover that pretty much with prep?
I just think it's important, at least the way we were doing the program, is I will come right out and say I'm a very picky eater. And I went into this thing, I was going to try all these things, and I did. And I wasn't a fan of all of them, but I tried them. And I think I'm also noticing my palate is already changing. One of the recipes for the tempeh, my husband was like, "Oh, I don't think you're going to like the taste of it, And I tried it, and I said, "Oh, I really like it." And he was like, "Oh, I'm really surprised." And I thought, gosh, I think my palate is already changing once I cut out all these processed foods and sugars and alcohol and all these things that, numb your taste buds. So I just suggest trying things. Even if you don't think you're going to like them, at least try them. And then if they come up later, then and then you don't have to do them again. But I just highly recommend trying all the recipes.
That's great. That's great. It's true. I never thought in a million years I'd make my own sushi, and I made it. It was a little cumbersome at first, but I definitely know what I'm doing this now, and I will make it again. It's a lot cheaper than buying it out,
Me too. It was very good.
Okay, so in terms of measurements and preparing your body in pictures, what tips do we have on that one?
I think you want to wear, if you're going to do pictures, you need to do the pictures like Beachbody suggests, the multiple different poses. And I think you need to wear the most minimal clothes that you feel comfortable with so you can see the most progress. Whether it be a workout outfit or, just with a sports bra or a bathing suit or something like that. I think, you can and do all different poses, not just one pose, because you'd be surprised where you see a change.
Well, I always do 2 sets of clothes. I do one with just a sports bra on that no one sees but me. And then I do one where I have, a tighter tank top on that I'll then share my results with, because I'm not comfortable showing my stomach, but that's just the way I am. So it's okay to take more than one set of pictures, one just for yourself, one to share your results, because people are going to want to know about this program once you start talking about it, because it's pretty amazing.
It's perfect.
Yeah, I really wish that I had done like a bathing suit picture like Lisha did. I didn't even think about that. And I didn't think about the measurements either. I just went into it. So definitely that is something that we should do or other people should do.
I think that with the measurements too, I didn't take my measurements till Wednesday night, and I should have taken them Monday morning or Sunday night. I was really disappointed in myself for not doing that. But I think even when you realize, hey, I didn't take measurements, take them. You know what I mean? So even though it was Wednesday at night at 10 o'clock and I'm like, shoot, I still never took my measurements. I said, no more excuses. I got up at measuring tape. I didn't care if it was at night. I'm like, I'm taking some measurements. It'll still show progress. So you could even if you forgot the first week, measure at the end of the first week so you can see progress to week 2. You know, it's never too late to do that kind of stuff, to do pictures or measurements.
Yeah, I think that's smart. The other thing that I've noticed in our group is, not this particular group, but in our overall group, is sometimes they wear different clothing. And when you compare week 1 with a bathing suit and week 2 with shorts and something, there's like different bulges and, you know, different changes that happen to your body, that the clothes actually make a difference. So I would definitely say, I didn't do this in the past and I should have, but I am doing it with this program, is wear the same outfit.
Mhm.
It's only a week, you know, it's only 3 weeks. You're going to have the same outfit. So be consistent in what you wear so you can see the results, because you're going to want to see those results.
Good point.
And also with measuring too, make sure, try to find a friend or a spouse or somebody that can help you measure, because I think for a lot of people, even me still, a lot of times it's very cumbersome to measure yourself, you know, and to get the right measurements. So I think it's always helpful to have somebody help you measure.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so the next one is your mood and sleep.
We all laugh.
Well, I'll start with sleep. I've slept at least 8 hours every night so far, you know, the first week, which, you know, I'm a working mom and I have 2 little kids, and I can't remember last time I slept 8 hours for an entire week. I mean, it's honestly been years. So I don't know if it's because I am going to bed earlier and I'm not maybe waking up as early. I used to get up at 4:30 to get my workout in. Now I don't have to. So I can sleep in a little bit, but yeah, that's definitely one of the perks is you sleep really well.
Yeah.
Oh, and my husband just said in the other room, no snoring. He said, I'm not snoring.
Really?
Wow, that's interesting.
Any other sleep points? I have one. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go.
I just had the best dream in my entire life. I met my favorite musician ever in my dream, and it was as real as you and I are sitting here today. I was in a car with Harry Connick Jr., and he took me around town, and he took me out to dinner, and I was just about to bite into fried chicken, and my daughter woke me up. So it was by far the best dream I've ever had in my life. So thank you, Ultimate Reset.
That sounds like a very good persuasive writing or something for school, you know. Just as I was getting invited to the chicken up, you know.
Well, you're dreaming more because you're in that REM sleep for a longer period of time.
Yes. Yes. All right, who's going to touch on the tough one, mood?
I'll do it. I was a big crybaby. Yeah, for probably the whole week. Everything made me cry. And it wasn't necessarily sad cry, it was anything. I watched Fuller House and was like boo-hooing because Uncle Jesse was there. And yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Lisa, do you want to take that one too?
Yeah, I'm a pretty even keel person most of the time. I think Friday was actually my most ornery, annoyed day. So that would have been day 5.
Yeah.
Everything was just annoying me. Everything just annoyed me and frustrated me and bothered me. And I'm an elementary teacher. I'm really, really patient. And I just did not have my patience. And I don't know. I don't know if it was just the day. I don't know if it was the reset. I don't know. But yeah, it did affect my mood a little bit.
Yeah. I definitely found that I cleared my calendar, and I work from home. I work for my husband's business, and I work for Beachbody as well. But I cleared my calendar. No nothing. And I found that after the Alkalinize or the Power Greens, I crashed. It was the weirdest thing. I'd get a great night's sleep. I'd be fine all day. And then about between 3 and 5, I was exhausted. And I had to either lay down or take a power nap before the kids would get home from school. And it was weird. But then once I woke up, I was okay. So in a good mood. I didn't have the headaches. I didn't have the mood swings. But I did have that crazy nap every day. It was weird. Just this power loss, complete and total power loss.
I will say I did feel tired, but I didn't have that like instant, tiredness like you're explaining. And I think that's the interesting thing too with us all kind of going through this together is a lot of us reacted differently. I don't know if it's because of the way we were eating before and the things our body's detoxing from, or if it's just, personality-wise, who knows what it is. But I think it's really interesting to hear different perspectives so that you kind of know what to expect and aren't concerned.
Yes, exactly. Okay, just the last couple topics. Exercise.
I haven't exercised at all. And I lost 5 pounds the first week. So,
well, I mean, they tell you not to, right? So they tell you in the book, it talks about how the acid from your muscles from working out would actually impact your results from the Ultimate Reset. So they say no working out. But I know, Jenna, actually you did the Tai Chi, right? Which is recommended. They say walking, yoga, or Tai Chi is okay, right?
Yes.
What do you think of that?
I did a little bit of Tai Chi last Tuesday, and I did some walking, some minor walking up and down the street 3 or 4 times today with the kids, which was fine, totally fine. That felt good. I was a very avid exerciser before. I loved it. It was like my sanity. So I thought I was really, really, really going to have a hard time with this. I thought I was going to be kind of like irritable about it. But I think it's a really good break. I think my body needed it. I've also heard that your fitness increases after this because your body's so, relaxed and is such in a clean state. So I'm really looking forward to what fitness will be after this is over. So I'm giving myself a grace period to just do whatever it is I want to do. And if I feel like walking or doing yoga or Tai Chi, that's fine. But last week I only did it once and I was okay. I'm still here.
Yay.
Didn't work out, and I used that extra time to sleep in the morning. Sleep's a little bit dicey around here because we have a puppy and 2 kids that get up still in the middle of the night. So on average, I'm up at least once a night. Like last night, it was 3 times a night. So my sleep's a little bit rocky, but I used that extra time in the morning that was my workout time. I loved being able not have to set the alarm for 5 or 5:30 and being able to sleep till 6 or 6:30. So I have no qualms with not exercising for a couple of weeks because I know I'm going to get back to it. I'm not worried about it.
Did it affect your mood at all? Like, did you feel like exercising is a stress reliever for you? So did it make you feel any different?
I always felt that way. I always felt before, like if I didn't work out, it was kind of like Alicia said earlier, like, oh, I got to get my workout in. It was stressful to think about when I was going to get my workout in if I missed it in the morning. But because I kind of knew coming into this, you weren't supposed to work out hard. I was just giving myself, I wanted to really take in this process for everything that it was. And I'm just allowing myself to be. And I said that I was going to use that time for just reflection and personal development and stuff like that. So I've been reading more and, it's fine. I'm okay with it. So I do think when it's nice outside, it's nice to walk because it's just good to, to breathe the fresh air and just to be outside. But I think it's fine, whatever you decide to do.
I think it's interesting that a bunch of people commented that they were interested in the program because you don't have to exercise. It's kind of a funny selling point.
It is. Yeah. What, Amy, you walked a lot, didn't you? Did you continue to do your walking?
I was a big walker. I would walk in the morning. I would walk before I exercised to get my 10,000 steps. But I actually didn't. I didn't because I was tired. I did walk yesterday, And, today I felt like, and I sort of briskly walked, and I did feel sore. So I'm going to put the kibosh on the walking until afterwards.
Yeah. Okay, so Shakeology. Did you guys drink Shakeology every day?
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
How did you use it? What are your tips on Shakeology?
I did mine as my afternoon snack, only because I didn't want to not get to try some of the recipes. So if I do this again, I might swap it out for a meal now that I know what the meals are. And maybe even moving forward these next couple days where it's, fruit for breakfast, I might swap it out for breakfast. But I did a half a scoop of vegan chocolate in the afternoons as a snack.
And they do recommend.
Yeah, and I tried that once.
Go ahead, Jen.
Go ahead, sorry. No, I was going to say I tried it once, but I really miss my almond milk, so I can't do it with just water. So I guess I didn't miss it that much. I don't know.
I swapped mine out one time for breakfast because I didn't have one of the things. I couldn't find it at the grocery store. So I swapped it out for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. And the first couple of days, I mistakenly made a full dose rather than a half dose for a snack,
Mm-hmm.
but it did not impede my results. And so I recommend that everybody follows the program like the program is. But I don't feel bad one bit for having a full Shakeology for a snack because it was yummy.
I know that was questionable. Like it's on page 107. It talks about the snack versus the meal versus the full scoop versus the half scoop. So definitely be mindful of that in the future. I definitely need to be mindful of it.
I will say when I had it in a snack in the afternoon, I never did a recipe. I just did plain Shakeology. So I didn't add berries or any of the other extras to it. But when I did the breakfast, I used one of the recipes, and those recipes are really, really good. I had the one with almond butter and berries. Oh, so good. So those recipes are great, but they are recipes made for a meal and not for a snack. So I think that's important to note. But and I do think the other thing about Shakeology that I'm coming off of this with is that I will go back to plain Shakeology after this rather than beefing it up, because most of the time I have my Shakeology for the traditional afternoon snack, and I've been beefing it up a little bit too much, I realized. So going back just to plain, I just love the chocolate vegan plain, and so that's what I'll do from here on out.
Yeah. One of the unintended consequences, I did a post about this, but one of the great things that came out of it was I bought a 24 pack of the tropical strawberry and the chocolate because we've never purchased it in the house. We've been drinking it for 2.5 years, Ronnie and I have, and he actually said, this is my new favorite flavor. He tried the tropical strawberry and said, this is it. I love this. This is great. So he said it's richer, it's better. He drank it plain with some ice. And so didn't expect that to happen, but the vegan actually is really, really good.
Yes.
Mine came in today, so maybe I'll try the strawberry tomorrow.
Yes.
And it's much easier on your system too, which is one of the reasons that it's recommended. So, I mean, most people don't go vegan unless they need to go vegan, or unless they are vegan, but it's not a bad thing to try and to see how your system likes it, every once in a while.
I like it much better. I noticed I was going away, and now with my menu, I had Shakeology every day, every morning for breakfast. And I've been drinking the vegan chocolate Shakeology for quite some time now. So then I was packing to go away, and I actually made regular chocolate, and I knew right away that it was not my vegan. And I was like, oh, I can't be drinking this. Yeah, it tastes way different. I like the vegan so much better.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a good segue. Amy, do you want to talk about what you did for your autoimmune menu?
Sure. My my one menu. Yeah, for the first week, I did not follow what everybody else did. I did not have any grains, any legumes, any soy, none of that. So I had pretty much the same. Oh my gosh, my cat, sorry. I pretty much had the exact same thing every day. So I had my Shakeology in the morning with an apple. And then I would have like a big green salad for lunch. I would have like carrots and hummus. I could have that. And then for dinner, it was salmon, sweet potato, and asparagus. Now there's a discrepancy on whether the salmon was just the one day or if it was each day. And then it was like root vegetables was the other option. I pretty much had the salmon, sweet potato, and asparagus every day. It did not change my results at all. And it felt great. And today I actually had quinoa, and it affected my stomach. So my body is liking the veggies and the fruit and that salmon. I missed the salmon today.
Protein.
You want to talk a minute about why you're doing it? And an autoimmune?
Yeah. So I have fibromyalgia, and there's different autoimmune, some people have the thyroid issues, Hashimoto, all of these things, they affect, your immune system. And my symptoms are, I'm tired, I hurt all the time, like my joints hurt, so it attacks different things. And basically it all sort of starts in your gut. And once you get your gut fixed, it helps everything else. And I had noticed that, especially with Shakeology right away, that helped. So all of the things, cutting out the different things that affect your stomach and your digestion and your gut, soy, legumes, grains, a whole lot of stuff are like just cut out. And I have to say that I feel really good. Besides the, detoxing symptoms or whatever, I feel good. Having the grains that I ate today, I don't like that feeling. So I definitely am going to continue this after the fact with just the fruits and the veggies and the fish. It does my gut good.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, one more topic and then we can talk about our results. Let's talk about resources. What resources did you guys use this week that you found to be the most helpful?
You guys!
Yes! Yes.
So definitely a support group, a close-knit support group, at least one or two partners. I think I agree. It's priceless. Just having somebody to talk about, oh my gosh, did you soak your cashews? That was such a big deal to have that kind of support. Or did you know that the quinoa salad needed to marinate for an hour or two? I'm not a big marinator regularly. So I definitely didn't marinate this week. It was bad, but the flavor was still delicious. Everything was really good. I enjoyed the meal. So, okay, sorry, I went on a tangent. What other resources did you use?
I think it's important to tap into the website. You can go to ultimatereset.com and log in with whatever email and password you ordered your program through. Like I ordered mine through my husband's account, so I log in under his email. But everything you could want to know is there. I keep going back and looking up information about the supplements because I really want to know what it is that's going in my body. You can look up each daily menu, and there's actually little videos you can click on that are 1 to 2 minutes long that show how to prepare that meal. So if you're a cooking novice, you can watch a video. I'm a visual learner, so that really helps me. And everything you would need to know, there's even little support groups on the website as well. So that was big for me. And also the larger Beachbody Facebook group for the Ultimate Reset. If you're not in that, I would get in that because there's a search function. So any questions I had, I would search for them first as opposed to posting a question. So those are two helpful things for me this week.
And the groups on the Facebook are for the different phases. So there's 3 phases. So each week has a different group. So everybody that's in that group is particular to that phase. So that's kind of neat.
Yeah, that's good. And honestly, I have to say, I wish I had spent more time reading the manual. I definitely, I did, but I read in spurts. You know how I am, Lisa. I read the information that I want when I want it, and I wish I had read it cover to cover to understand a little bit more about what was happening in my body. So if you have the time, take the time to read the manual. As simple as that sounds, read the manual, because it's broken down by week, and even each week has how to prepare for that week, which I didn't see that part. But look at this. This was priceless to me. Is you can do your weekly prep tips. It tells you what to prep in advance. It tells you medicines that you're going to be, or not medicines, sorry, supplements you're going to be taking that week. Everything right there in your first phase. And had I seen that, I would have done it. But I mean, my father would just read the manual. Read the manual. So it's shame on me. I definitely will. I'll be more mindful of it next time.
And really, it took me maybe 15 to 20 minutes to read it. It's not something, it's not super thick. Most of this is recipes. So it's really information at the beginning and at the end that are going to be helpful. But I think it's really important for people to understand what's happening and why you're doing this. It'll make it easier to stick to it as well when you realize what is happening and why there's a system for doing what we are doing.
Agreed.
An accompaniment to this would be reading the Super Life book.
Oh yeah, good one.
Which was suggested to us, to read the Super Life by Darren O'Lean, because that explains what's going on in your body right now. And I wish I could say that I finished it, but I didn't finish it yet. So I'm still reading.
It's a tough read.
It's nice to. It is. But it's interesting to read it while you're going through it too, because it's kind of like, oh, really? That's why I feel this way, or so that's kind of neat. I think another resource too are the daily emails. You can sign up for daily emails, and it comes to your inbox at 9 a.m. And so don't expect to get it before that, because that's when they shoot, 9 a.m. And then you can print it out if you don't care about saving the planet like me. No, I'm just kidding. I do care about saving the planet. But you can print it out and take notes on it. And that's kind of the way I roll. So I would print out my daily email, put it on my counter, and then it has pictures of what your food looks like that day. And you can write notes like, I liked this recipe. Like I kind of gave everything a rating. I wrote down how I felt emotionally, physically, all of that stuff. So that's kind of a nice resource too, the emails. And make sure you sign up. You have to sign up for those. And you can do that on the website. So make sure you do that.
That's on the Ultimate.
Yeah, I was going to mention the emails as well, Jenna.
And you do that on the Ultimate Reset website, Jenna?
Yes.
Yeah, right when you log in. I kept getting an error message, and I didn't think it worked, but then I got the email, so I'm like, oh, it must have worked. But I also like that it tells you, like, for that day, what your symptoms may be and what you can do to, alleviate them, which is really nice. Like today it was, you might feel bloated and gassy, and I sent you guys a message like, God, I feel bloated today. It's really weird. And then I got the email. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. It kind of validated my symptom there. I'm like, oh, why didn't I read that? But it came at 9. So yeah, that email is really nice.
Good. Okay. So I think we've covered resources. Let's talk about results. Everybody talk about what you wanted to get out of week 1 and what you got. How about that? Go.
Mine were the lowest, so I'll start because you guys have some amazing results. Not that mine, but anyway. I measured on Sunday and was down only because I knew I wouldn't have time Monday morning getting up for work. So I measured Sunday and it was down 4.5 inches, 1.5 inches in my waist, 1.5 inches in my hips, and 1/2 inch on each thigh, which shocked me. And I weighed myself Sunday, but I weighed myself again Monday this Monday morning, and I was down 5 pounds. And I will
Nice.
say, when I had done the 21 day fix,
Mhm.
when I did the 21 day fix for the first time last year and do round after round, I averaged about 5 pounds a round. So I don't lose
Wow.
pounds quickly for whatever reason. It's just the way my body is. So it usually would take me about 3 weeks to lose 5 pounds, and that was following it to a T, following my
Wow.
containers, no cheats.
Mhm.
So this was really, really exciting and rewarding.
Mhm.
I'll go.
Quick result. Sure.
I will. I did a screen print because it meant so much to me. I got 6.4 in 1 week. 5 inches, 1.5 inch off my waist, which is my weak point. My weight is in my belly, and so to see that come off of my waist felt really, really, really good. I'm also, you can't measure this, but this is going away. My gobble neck. But just having the ability to wake up like that now, I've noticed that is really, really nice. Just to be able to wake up really quickly, that is a huge result for me, because I am not a morning person. I'm actually a total, complete grump in the morning. So this was huge for me. Next.
All right, I guess I should go because save Jennifer last. I did not expect, a significant loss. Like I had just come off of, the 3-day refresh and I had a big loss. But so I got on the scale this morning and I was down 6 pounds. So I did not do my measurements. I'm going to wait until the end. But I did get on that scale and I lost 6 pounds. Yay!
And that just shows you that you doing your autoimmune menu plan works just as well. So it's working. That's awesome.
Yes, absolutely.
Jen, you want to go?
Sure. Yeah. So towards the middle of the week, I weighed myself and I lost 2 pounds. I was feeling good all week, didn't have any like bloatedness like I usually get, and I just felt in general really good. And I could tell my waist, I guess the bloatedness was gone, so I could tell a big difference there. And then by the end of the week, I'd actually gained a pound back, so I only lost a pound, but I'm not doing the program to lose any weight. In fact, I don't want to lose any weight. So I'm truly doing this for the cleanse and, detox of my body, which is working because I have endometriosis and it's pretty severe. Like I go to bed in pain, I wake up in pain. I've had surgery 1.5 years ago, and the pain went away for like a month and then it came back in the second month. So to be like pain-free for a week has been amazing to me.
Yay!
Oh, that's
I know.
That makes me want to
Woohoo!
cry. That makes
I
me want to cry.
know.
I mean, that's worth its weight in gold, Jen,
I know.
Sweet.
Yeah, I've been shocked because I'm used to, taking my leave in the morning, taking it in the evening, sometimes taking it during the day when you're only supposed to take 2 a day. So, to have that go, it's just weird though. I'm like, because I normally eat pretty healthy. I mean, the foods that we're eating are not really out of the norm of what I eat, but just, I guess, cutting out all that extra stuff is helping me somehow.
It's wonderful.
And I didn't expect that result from this, actually, so it was a nice surprise, yeah.
It's awesome.
Jen, didn't you say that actually helps with PMS as well? Didn't you have a customer who's doing the?
I did. I had somebody that said that she got her period and she had no idea, and normally she felt symptoms like bloating, cravings, whatever, and she had no idea. She was floored that she got her period. She's like, what like, she was like shocked, and she's like, it was a big deal. So I just think this program really shows each one of us in our own individual ways how food is so affecting on your being, just your whole being, how you feel. And you can eat what you think is clean, and maybe there's an ingredient in there that is clean, but your body doesn't like. It's just amazing to me. The more I do it, the more I want to stick with this. I'm floored by how good it feels. And for me, my biggest thing, I did lose some weight on it, which I was really happy about. But for me, it's broken 2 very bad habits that I had. So I think that was the kicker for me. Like I had been, sugar was just like, I was not getting re-addicted to sugar, but I was just kind of eating stuff to eat since I was on vacation, and it was hard to break that cycle kind of since the holidays. And I have said no more times this week than I can count. And my husband even said to me tonight, he goes, I can't get over this. I am so proud of you. You made us, I made them raviolis and turkey meatballs tonight, which was, I wouldn't have had the raviolis anyway. I would have had zoodles or something, but I would have had the turkey meatballs, and I would have tasted it along the way. He goes, honey, I have not seen you nibble, bite, taste, treat, cheat, whatever. And I said, no, I don't even feel like it. I'm riding around with chocolate in my car that my grandparents give my kids. And like, I throw it in the seat and I just like, threw it out when I got home. It's amazing to me. So to break those bad habits like that, and then the wine Wednesdays and the cock thirsty Thursdays and all that kind of stuff, coming home and having just one drink because you can, it can be a really bad habit. So I'm really happy to break both of those, and I feel free. I just feel free. So that's really good. Yeah. I
noticed that too, Jenna, with the sugar craving. So like right before we did this, I noticed I was craving sugar a lot. And I'm like, I'm not even a sweets eater. I'm like, why am I craving sugar? And now that we've done this, I don't even crave it at all.
Yeah, and it just feeds itself. You have one bite of sugar, and then you want a second bite and a third bite. It's just it's like cancer, and it is just, it's really ugly, and it's hard to take out all of that. And there's so much sweetness in real fruits and vegetables. That's just amazing that my taste buds are alive, and plain stuff tonight. I'm just going, oh my gosh, this zucchini tastes so good. It's just crazy. Before I would have had to add seasoning or, whatever, just plain zucchini tastes amazing. So I think I just love it. I just love it.
And Jenna, what were your results?
I did lose a whopping 8.6 pounds, which I was really tickled with.
Woohoo, rock star.
Yeah, thank you. And while it sounds great, it also stings to be that person, because that's how bad my nutrition was prior. That's how bad. I don't know, since vacation or whatever. But I really did. I was on point with everything. And I think my body just I'd been at a plateau for a really long time prior to the cruise and stuff. So I think my body needed a little bit of a jolt. And I think this is kind of what it needed. And I lost 4.75 inches, which I measured middle week. So, it is what it is. I can fit into a t-shirt that I was never able to fit into. So that's huge to me. I know it sounds absolutely silly, but it's really,
no, it doesn't.
I know, but it's
awesome.
A t-shirt, but it's just something special. That was a wonderful memory for my hubby and I, and he bought it for me, and I was embarrassed to tell him that I couldn't wear it. And then I put it on this morning, and I'm like, bam, I can wear it.
After 1 week of the reset.
Yes. So that was exciting.
Awesome results. Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Jen. I think that this is the kind of lifestyle that I'd like to learn more about. I really enjoyed it. I feel fantastic, and it's been nice. And actually, my family has helped as well. My family has had the dinner with me every single night. Now they pack their own healthy lunches and their own breakfast, but I've been quadrupling every recipe every night, and my family's been enjoying it. My family has not put up a lot of fight. I did get one nasty look last night when I brought out the cafe. You guys saw the picture. But other than that, they all enjoyed it. They gobbled it up. They ate the whole thing. So it is something you could live on. I think you definitely live on.
Yeah.
All right. Any last thoughts before we sign off?
I'm excited to see how we're going to feel next week, Aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, thank you so much for joining. And to the people who are watching, good luck on your week 1 of the reset. Everybody give them a big wave. Bye.
Yay. Bye. Let's do a screenshot really quick. Can you do a screenshot?
Yes,
really
ready?
quick?
Everybody smile.
Yay.
Am I a grayed out head
Yeah.
since I'm on my phone? Sorry.
All
I'm
right.
that loser.